Good morning, everyone. I'm Francesco Improda, and I'm the ED mentor at the GESEA Training Center of the Federico II University of Naples. Our center is authorized to issue the first and second level GESEA certifications from the European Academy. Today, I will guide you through the exercises that make up the second level GESEA certification. As with the first level certification, we have a laparoscopic section, the AST, a suture section, which consists of 4 exercises, SUT, and a hysteroscopic section, which consists of 2 exercises. Now let's move on to the suture exercises required for the second level of the GESEA certification. The SUTT2 section consists of 4 different exercises that we will analyze individually. For the suture exercises of the second level, I will be assisted by Dr. Luigi from the center. The first exercise of the second level consists of performing a Greek suture, starting from the red dot at the top. On the left, you give a stitch with your left hand, alternating a stitch on the left, a stitch on the right, a stitch on the left, and a stitch on the right. For this exercise, a monofilament is used, which helps to reduce friction and therefore minimize trauma on the pad. Let's start with the exercise. The exercise starts with this starting position. First, you try to grip the needle in such a way that you can pass the stitch with your left hand. So you detach the needle from the pad. I grip the tip of the needle with my right hand. And I move on to positioning the needle to pass a stitch with my left hand. I'm making all the stitches. I'm going to perform my usual verification cross to check the correct positioning of the needle. Perpendicular to the tissue, I enter at the red dot with a wrist rotation. I'm trying to exit at the level of the black. I adjust my trajectory to try to exit as close to the black dot as possible. I'm trying to minimize the trauma on the pad. I grip the tip of the needle. At this point, we carefully perform a maneuver that allows us to pass a stitch from the left hand to the right hand. It's also known as flagging, and it's typically done this way. I adjust the curvature of the needle. I pull a bit of thread, trying to consistently and thereby significantly pull upwards to reduce the lateral trauma on the pad. Leaving, as always, a verification tail. Now I'm carefully passing a stitch with my right hand, always entering perpendicular to the fabric with a gentle wrist rotation, and I'm exiting at the other black dot. I completely exit. I'm currently doing the flagging again because now I need to make a stitch with my left hand. I pull even more thread, always being careful not to damage the pad. And now I'm making another stitch with my left hand perpendicular to the fabric. I enter wrist rotation with a slight push. And I exit. At the level of the black dot, adjusting the trajectory as I go. I release the needle from my left hand, grip the tip with my right hand and pull a bit of thread. For the last time, I perform my flagging one last time. I flag a little more. I carefully position the needle with precision in my right hand. I pull the thread. I very carefully check the correct positioning. The needle is not positioned correctly, so I carefully reposition it and precisely adjust it. I grip it firmly, I enter a perpendicular. And I exit at the contralateral black dot, carefully trying to adjust the trajectory. I pull as much thread as possible. And the exercise concludes in this way. The final result will be what Luigi is showing you now, which is to achieve a continuous suture, a pattern that goes from left to right, then from right to left, from left to right, and again from right to left in a consistent pattern.